ज्यादा से ज्यादा फांसी। खुदा तो मेरी हस्ती को भी महबूस कर देता अगर खुदा एक आदमी, दो आदमी, तीन आदमी, 10 आदमी, 15 आदमी, 20 आदमी, खुदा।
Evil doesn't strike without reason. Join us as we unravel the motive and trace the method. Pakistan, Lahore, late 1990s. The streets were alive with noise until they weren't. One by one, children vanished. No screams caught on tape. No frantic ransom calls. No bodies in the gutters. Just empty shoes left on the pavement. And parents who stopped sleeping. Nothing made sense until 1999, on a quiet December morning. A handwritten letter arrived at a newspaper office. Not a cry for help. Not a denial. A calm, meticulous confession to the murder of exactly 100 boys. His name was Javed Iqbal, and he wanted the world to remember it. Born in 1956 to a modest merchant family in Lahore, Javed Iqbal was the quiet one, the unremarkable one, the son no one worried about. No childhood scars on record, no violent outbursts, just a man who blended into the crowd perfectly. And in a city of millions, being invisible was his greatest weapon. June 1998. Police pick Iqbal up for procuring underage boys, a red flag the size of a billboard. But the system shrugged, charges dropped, case buried, and the disappearances began weeks later. Coincidence? Or the moment the predator realized no one was watching? He didn't chase his victims. He waited. Runaways sleeping under bridges, orphans begging at traffic lights, boys society had already turned its back on. A kind word, a warm meal, a promise of work. They followed him willingly, into a rented house that smelled of chemicals and something far worse. After he was done sexually abusing his victims, the chain came out around their neck, gasping for air until they no longer could for a quick, silent death. 100 times. But death wasn't the end. In the bathroom, industrial drums waited, filled with hydrochloric acid. He dismembered them, then watched the flesh dissolve, bones crumbling like ash. No graves to visit, no closure for grieving mothers, just a foul stench drifting through the neighborhood that neighbors ignored for over a year. And in his bedroom, a diary. Neat handwriting, 100 entries, names, ages, dates of death, like a collector cataloging rare treasures. December 1999. Iqbal mails identical letters to police and a major newspaper. Inside, a confession so detailed it froze the blood of seasoned officers. He claimed he'd killed 100 children to highlight the plight of street children and to avenge past humiliations. He even left his house unlocked, evidence untouched, as if inviting the world to see his masterpiece. When police finally entered, they found acid drums still steaming, children's clothes stacked in labeled bags, and photographs of the boys, before and after. He surrendered dramatically at the newspaper office, smirking for the cameras. He wanted fame. He got infamy. The trial was chaos, crowds baying for blood outside. Inside, Iqbal sat calm, claiming he was a hero exposing society's failures. The judge wasn't buying it. March 16th, 2000. Guilty on 100 counts of murder. The sentence? Poetic, terrifying. Death by strangulation, followed by dismemberment into 100 pieces, then dissolution in acid. Mirror justice. Global headlines screamed in horror, but fate had other plans. October 8th, 2001. Iqbal is found hanged in his cell, along with one of his teenage accomplices. Official verdict? Suicide, but bruises on the body told a different story. Whispers of prison vigilantes, or a system desperate to close the book. He escaped the acid. He escaped the chain. His victims never escaped him. Javed Iqbal didn't just kill children. He exposed a terrifying truth. The most dangerous monsters aren't the ones who hide in shadows. They're the ones we walk past every day, the ones we fail to see until it's far too late. 100 young lives dissolved into nothing. 100 families left staring at empty doorways. And a question that still echoes through Lahore's streets. How many more invisible predators are out there right now?